How is everybody doing today? I'm coming back to you with another episode from the streets. I've got Big John 0117 and Real People 26 back on the scene. In this episode, we are going to look at, break down, and I'll let you know my feelings on all 50 of the NBA 2K14 achievements that have leaked out. It appears to be a complete list. There is no telling for sure, though. It deals with a variety of game modes. We're looking at the return of crew, Blacktop, a new system for my team possibly, as well as the assortment, the standard assortment of team-based and solo achievements. Let's go ahead and get into this thing. Now, these first 8 achievements that we're looking at all have to do with the My Career mode. Initial achievement that you could earn, obviously, is before you're even into the league, but is by earning the #1 draft pick. You've also got a couple achievements dealing with fans. So the social media aspect of the game has definitely returned. I would even expect that it might be a bit more in-depth. In the middle of the list, we have the apparent return of signature skills. Some people were hoping that they might go away, but that's not the case. They're back. And as was the case in 2K13, you can equip up to 5 signature skills on your MyPlayer. Now, this might mean a little bit something different this season because there are more signature skills. You also have to reconsider the return of block dunks, or the block aspect in 2K14, whereas you would very rarely see a MyPlayer that utilized a chase down artist or an eraser signature skill. That might not be the case for this next 2K14. Those might be significant signature skills. The pre-game rituals are back. I've heard that there are hundreds, even thousands of new animations added to the game. So it is logical to assume that they won't exclusively be dribble animations and dunk packages, but many will be post and pre-game rituals. And at the very bottom of the list, we can see that Jordan is back. That's huge. That would be a big blow to 2K if Jordan were not to return. I can only assume that Adidas will also return with the endorsements. We see at the top of this list that the Jordan dunk package is there. They got to promote that again, just as they did in 2K13. I'm curious to see if they have extended the package, maybe elaborated on a dunk or two. I've noticed that some of the takeoffs seemed a little bit forced at times. We've got another outside of the NBA achievement, or at least outside of the game of basketball, with the NBA Cares Global Community Achievement. More of that social media aspect, increasing and promoting your brand, your name. Now we're on to the career achievements for the My Career mode. Epic moments like the first time you get the starting nod, or the first time that you are named the player of the game. Now you notice the player of the game doesn't seem to say a Gatorade or a Sprite or anything, so there doesn't appear to be a tie-in for that part. The All-Star game is back. Hopefully they tweak it some. I was a bit disappointed. It is a nice feature. It'd also be nice if they gave it to us for free and not in some form of downloadable content. At the very bottom, you've got one of the most thrilling achievements, of course, in the buzzer beater, the 3-2-1 standing in your driveway at 9 years old. And everybody should be able to experience that thrill, and it's nice to see that 2K has that achievement in here for us. We also noticed that the VC system is back. I'm not a fan. I'm not in love with pay to play. It is what it is. It appears that that is the way that gaming is going. As much as we can stand it, as much as they can push it. And a 20,000 balance is not necessarily cheap, especially if the VC system is not broken. The My Team will be completely different. Blacktop will be different. You won't be able to just instantly go in and grab a 99 player off the shelf. You'll have to work for it. You'll have to play lots of games and 82 game seasons, try to achieve the best stats, try to get the bonuses. And a long story short, it'll take some time to achieve a 99 rating for your MyPlayer. We started off a little bit slow, but the good guys are putting things together. We're up by 5 points as we look at the third set of achievements. All of these achievements are statistic driven. Most of them you'll probably have happen in a MyPlayer or a career game. We got the triple-double, the double-double, the 5x5, which is very hard to accomplish, especially in a 5-minute quarter. The reigning achievement, which is promoting the three-point cheese. Once again, make 15 three-pointers. That's quite a few. The block party, 10 in a game. That's an achievement. That's definitely a team achievement there. You're not going to get 10 blocks with one player regularly, especially if it's not your MyPlayer. The Men of Steel is definitely achievable. There's a lot of sloppy play in 2K from the CPU and users alike. I mean, I commit like 15, 16 turnovers a game sometimes. I'm just sloppy with it. But another easy looking one is the swat and swipe, involving 5 blocks and 5 steals in any game. That seems like it's awfully reasonable. Definitely seems like that should almost read as a individual accomplishment and not a team effort. This last one that we see on the list is smothering. That's a very good achievement. Most of the time, if you're holding your opponent under 40% shooting, they are not going to win that basketball game. I like all 8 of these. I feel that achieving them once, there's not a lot of value to some of them. Some of them seem like you should have them occur on their own on a consistent basis in a My Career and not have to work for them or have necessarily an excellent game in those fields to earn them. So I'm not sure where the emphasis is, why the emphasis is there, but it is what it is. It's nice to have them. It's nice to get a little notch on the belt. You know, the ballers, we're about to try to get this notch on our belt. Shouldn't be no thing. I'm looking to play a little bit of defense as we force another turnover. Got to make sure we clear that ball back up. Quick pass to the corner. He draws everybody on the floor to him, leaving me wide open. And we're going to go ahead and play this game till 22 points. You know, you see we move the ball around. We've got 18 assists as a team. Got 6 steals. That was a really nice game. Good team effort. Now I've got a handful of messages on Xbox Live and in my YouTube inbox about requesting a subscriber Blacktop game, and guys, I'm totally down for that. I just want to hold off till we're about 100 subscriptions, make sure we can get enough players on whatever day that it happens to fall on. That's going to be the key, and can't guarantee at this point when that's going to happen. But once we get up to 100, we're nearly halfway there. We'll definitely make that happen. So be sure to help me out. Hit that subscribe button if you're not a subscriber already. Drop my name out there here and there. Maybe recommend some people my way. I'd appreciate that very much. We'll definitely get this game going sooner than later. Hopefully get a couple sessions in before 2K14 drops. And as we move further along the list, we've got some more statistical driven accomplishments. The giveth and taketh away, which you're probably going to pick up during a triple-double effort, but that's 10 rebounds and 10 assists with any single player. Got hold the fat lady, which is a comeback accomplishment. You got to be down by 10 or more in the fourth, come back to win that game. Wire to wire, which is utter domination, where you lead the ball game from start to finish, never allowing your opponent to be up by you by even a single point. The closer, which is the last 2 minutes, you got to shut the guy down. It says hold him to 0 points. That's an awful Awful good situation to be in, especially if your opponent is trying to make that comeback. The here and now, the today association. Don't know what that is. That's something new. What is a today association? We're familiar with the today game. That's like the frequent played or today's matchup that you'll see at the home screen. But don't know what a today association is. If anybody out there wants to venture any guesses, feel free. The last three achievements we're looking at are also association based. The adjust your total sim control strategy in the association or season mode. They call it the Puppet Master. I'm not sure what that is. Maybe that's already a feature, embarrassing as it is to say, but maybe I don't know about it. Maybe that's something completely new. I don't sim games. I play the season out, a whole 82 game season. I'll play them all. I don't really like to leave it up to the CPU or my computer-controlled coaching staff to decide the fate of my player. I'd rather put in the work and handle that business myself. Next, we've got the Not Your Father's Association achievement. That is entailing a online association. I'm very, very happy to have this back, even though I have never found myself to be a part of a successful online association. But my interest remains high in attempting again in 2K14. The bottom one is, as it says, win 5 NBA Today matchups. Another day, another win. That's for the avid NBA fan who is up to date on the daily matchups and that wants to predict a game or perhaps produce a different outcome for a game that was already played. The next two up are pretty self-explanatory. We've got the 10th President Hamilton. You got to win 10 versus matches online. And then you got the sum of its parts, which means you only got to get into one team-up game. A lot of people can't stand it. A lot of people love it. And we're on to the next one. As they say, don't hate the player, hate the game. And that means you got to win it all in an online association. I'd love to experience that sometime. Streaking is you got to win 5 in a row in association mode. You can't sim those games. Ticker tape also means you got to win the NBA championship, but not in the online association, just the regular association mode. Got to play all the games to win that. Got the Sprite Slam Dunk contest. That's pretty self-explanatory. You've got Hey Mr. DJ. Now you've always been able to add and subtract music from your playlist, but maybe this is a different interface. Maybe they'll even introduce certain music, certain beats as time goes along. You'll be able to purchase and add those to the collection. You've got the Maestro, which is the shoe creator. That's back. Love that feature. I like to recreate certain shoes from my past, and then you get the attribute boost to go along with them. Now these last two, they're the standouts. We got 2 LeBron associated achievements. Greatness Achieved, which is completing the LeBron path to greatness, and 99 stars won LeBron, which is 99 stars in that mode. Don't know what that mode is. A lot of speculation about it. Don't know what stars mean to NBA 2K13. That's a new sort of reward or ranking system. Not exactly sure what that means. I personally think that the Greatness Achieved achievement, the Path to Greatness, is going to be a series of games similar to the Jordan scenarios, to the classic matchups that 2K has published and produced in the past. I love those things. I love them to death. I love the old black and white games. I would like to see this again with LeBron. He's got Cavs time. He's got Olympic time. He's got time with Miami. Possibly even some sort of deal with his high school career, but I don't know if that's possible. Now this last one, we're going to start from the bottom. Lincoln, again, just as Hamilton was, it's self-explanatory. You got to win 5 versus matches. You're officially hot is meaning you got to win 5 versus matches in a row. That is an achievement you can be proud of. It's a nice little streak for online games. Back to back to back, which is 3 in a row. And then this one counts, which is winning a singular versus match online. I cannot wait to start off with my Chicago Bulls. Derrick Rose is back at the point guard. There is even the possibility of the NBA getting its first look at Nikolai Mirotic. born in the former Yugoslavia and playing in the Real Madrid. He is the MVP of the league. The Bulls drafted him a few years ago. The expectations are very, very high for this young man. The next one has got to be the most hyped and talked about achievement that we've seen. The confirmation that there will be a crew. It's got to be the Crews. Winning is everything. Get a W. I mean, you got to get your guys together, whether that's going to be a team of 5. Don't know how big they'll let the rosters go. Don't know how many people they'll actually let you participate in the game. Can you carry 7 people into a game mode and make those substitutions? All that is yet to be seen. I'm very, very excited, as is everybody else. I've been glued to anything and everything out of the elite commission of YouTubers that were chosen to go to preview 2K14, flown out to Cali. Guys like K-Spade, Shakedown, IKC, Sub the Gamer, all those dudes. Some of the best, some of the biggest, pretty much the biggest. You know, I follow all those guys. I'm listening to everything that they have to say. And there is a confidentiality agreement, so there is somewhat of a barrier in the way, but I'm staying tuned for all that information. I'll pass it along to you guys if I catch it before you hear it. Now, the next one is that on the road again. Willie Nelson, baby. We're back on the Blacktop. MyPlayer Blacktop game online. Pretty much what it looked like those guys were playing at the demonstration was some form of blacktop, a blacktop with stamina. I'm anxious to see exactly what 2K presents in its crew and blacktop modes. Now the last two I'll have to touch real briefly because we're running out of time, but it's my team. It's back. We got the first one on the list, which is purchasing boosters. You know they want you to spin that VC. They want you to snag 15 boosters. And the second one is 82-0. What does this mean? This is very different. Have they introduced a simulation style? Can you play the exhibition games in a season mode? Is this an 82 game schedule with online users? I'm guessing that one of the next pieces of information that comes out is going to have to do with this restructured My Team. We're going to go ahead and wrap this game up, people. Be sure to check out the next episode of The Streets. It'll be episode 4. It'll show up soon. Peace out.
You gotta be on me, I gotta be on you. You fuck with me, I'ma fuck with you. Bitch.